live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And we are so excited to have Focus TV family member here. Tanya Memme is in the house with some very exciting news. Good morning.
And she is looking gorgeous. Just a little more about Tanya, because I mean, she's a hard hitter. She's on the show Sell This House. She's been on television for years and years. Tell them all the shows you've been on.
I don't know. I mean, I was on the A&E network for 15 years. Sell This House, Move This House, Sell This House Extreme. I did Entertainment Tonight Canada, Home and Family on Hallmark Channel, and a bunch of other stuff. Robotica. Remember when like those robot wars were out there and stuff? They dressed me in leather, and I was the host on Robotica with Amit Zappa.
Oh, wow.
He was my co-host.
That's awesome.
And we were like, forget all that. We want to know, where's the shirt from? Where's the
Victoria's Secret. Yeah, this was, I think, BCBG long time ago.
It's good.
Thanks. I walk in here feeling fabulous.
Next time she sees me, she's gonna be like, why does Erin have my exact outfit? Awkward.
Well, you certainly have inspired us and inspired me as a host. I'm wondering, what do you love most about what you do?
I love helping people. I love making people feel better about themselves, look at things from a whole new perspective. And so a lot of the shows that I have done have been about that. Like Sell This House. We were helping people in need who couldn't sell their house, who it was really causing financial stress, get out of the situation, help them stage their house or revamp their entire house, and then help them sell. And then on Home and Family, I was a crafting expert for kids. So, I help moms and dads get their kids off that computer and spend time crafting with them. And I'm
just to life that Pinterest project we all look at. Can we really do that?
Yeah, she can. I can most of them, not all of them though. But yeah, I do the best I can. And now I'm doing a little bit of life coaching too with the new company that I'm the president of called the Live It Company, and we shoot our show here, the Live It Show. And it's a full service multimedia production and branding company. And we showcase people who are living their it, whether you're a celebrity. We had Jeannie Buss on the show and Victor Ortiz on the show, and Christina Ferrari is going to be on our next show.
So I want to talk for a minute, because I think that just witnessing your journey, and I think it's an interesting thing, because I think it's so important to tell people, because it wasn't like all of a sudden you woke up and you went, I think I'm going to do this other show or whatever. It usually comes in like almost like, oh no, this other show's not going anymore. What am I doing? Where should I go? And then it's like the universe is guiding you and showing you that there's something else that you don't even know that's coming. So talk to us a little bit about that transition for you.
Actually, a really great question, Erin. Yes, I mean, I left Home and Family for a variety of different reasons. It was heartbreaking for me, and it affected myself, my life, my daughter. But when you decide to make a decision, when you decide to make a change in your life, you have to, my father always says, make the decision and don't look back. And then what you do is you create, no matter what age you're at, you can always create your life, create a new life, create the life that you really want.
Right.
So if you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, you're in a job that you're not happy in, make the decisions that you need to make, no matter how scary they are, and just get out there, because there is somebody up there.
Right.
I do believe that sometimes God closes doors for you to force you to go into another direction, 100%. No matter how hard it is.
And isn't it true, once you go, okay, I'm committing to something, whatever that is, then all of a sudden, like for instance, we say, oh, we're gonna get a new car. I'm ready for a new car, and all of a sudden your car starts breaking down. You're like, hey, what's wrong? Like, the universe, like, you told me I wanted a new car. I'm trying to make this happen for you,
Right. Yeah, it was interesting, because I actually went back to Hallmark and I tried to get back on the show, because I was like, well, I want to go back, and because the environment had changed and everything, and I loved doing what I'm doing, but it didn't work out. They didn't actually answer my emails or text messages and all that. So, but with that being said, and I understand why that happened, but it's like sometimes, no matter what happens in life, there are reasons for it. That door closed for a reason. Who knows what the future brings? But it's like you just have to walk forward. Don't look back, create something new for yourself, and it can be done. It's all in how you look at it.
Absolutely. All you have to do is live it. Right? We have a special look at some of the sizzle you've created by living your it. Let's take a look.
And and welcome to the Live It Show. You know, I love the opening to our show. I just love it. I mean, the music just keeps me going. And welcome to Odiva TV, and here we are at the Focus TV studios in Hollywood. He's not just the cannabis guy. He's the cannabis guy when it comes to the medical benefits of cannabis. Yes. He's a very, very famous plastic surgeon in Hollywood, Dr. Linder.
I am so excited to be here today. Thank you for having me. I feel honored and privileged.
Hi, I'm Tanya Memme with LA Home Magazine, and today we have Kim Gordon, who designed and built this house. Now, I've never been in this house before. I know. And I am dying for you to give me a tour. I would probably do it for our show, but I don't know if I do it.
I can see you doing it because you remember her Selda's house. You're that person.
So I would do it. She would.
Yeah,
she would do it. I want to know, how did this all start? When you were a little boy, did you know you wanted to be a doctor? Did you know you were going to become who you are today?
I mean, he had it. I mean, we
just had it.
A lot of us knew. Like, you
Sometimes
can tell.
you got it. You know, but you just got it.
And he made it on American Idol.
Nice! I love stories like that. So Shayla's, she represents our millennials, which I love. How do you feel about what April has to say? I'm just going to drink my collagen and you can just keep going.
Good.
Well, I know these things. I come from a home building family in Canada.
You have this wonderful demeanor about
Did
you.
you see her posse that she brought here?
No, she walked in with nobody. I want people to learn about you and how you started and how you became a part of Odiva and a little bit about your journey.
You're probably still telling her Santa is around.
Of course I'm telling her Santa's around.
Because Santa is a spirit.
No way. First of all, what is it like being a woman working in a man's? I mean, especially in today's day and age. I know that there's been a lot of change in the last 5 years since your father has passed on. Is there something that 5 years later today that you would love to say to your dad? I overheard you say, "This guy saved my life." So tell me a little bit more about that. Do you think that you would have become a world champion had your father?
I don't think so.
The Live It Show with Tanya and Robert. Make sure that you tune in for next week's episode and go out there and live your it.
Oh, I love that. So I want to say, though, that you're now doing Live It, which it's all about living your best life, right?
Living your best life, and we showcase celebrities and just anybody out there that has living an extraordinary life, doing extraordinary things, that have overcome extraordinary obstacles and are now, they basically change their life around and making it work.
And those are the people that we want as our mentors, as our coaches, as whatever. So we've heard a little.
And my co-host too, and business partner Robert Ferguson, the two of us together, we had a lot of humor into it.
We've heard a little rumor. We've heard a little rumor that you began to take on clients as a coach. Is this true?
Well, it is actually.
Congratulations!
Yes, so
I want you as my coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I know that you are also into life coaching, and so are you, Erin, and you're very spiritual about it, and you're all about happiness and bringing happiness into people's lives. And I'm kind of in the middle of both of you, because it's one of those things that I think happens organically. I just started getting requests, will you be my life coach? Or will you talk to me about this situation or that situation? And I started to take on clients. And I'm actually really enjoying it, and I love to show people how to, just like you, and talk to them about different ways of bringing more happiness into their lives or living their best life. And I really try to get people to look at the situation that they're just so stuck on and to sort of change their perspective on it in a very enlightened, happier way. Because life really is about perception. You can see it with the glass half full or half empty, but it's a choice.
You're such a light and you're such an inspiration, and I just find your journey so interesting and so fascinating. What would you say, in terms of the life coaching piece, would you say it's the perspective shifting that you love the most? What do you love most about sort of mentoring folks and coaching folks? Is there something specific that you love?
I mean, I love to see people when that weight gets lifted off of their back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they come to a realization like, I never saw it like that before. Or they, report back to me and say, okay, so I did what you said and it worked.
You weren't lying.
It always works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But it's just, I love seeing people happy, just like you.
Well, I
I've
have
been
to
like that my whole
give
life.
a big thank you so much, because you are the one who brought me into Focus TV and introduced me to Andy and the whole thing. So this is all you, honey. This is
No,
all.
it's really
but you're such a magical. What I love the most about you, and I genuinely like, you have this really down to earth, like girl next door thing. No matter if you're like on whatever show, you have this authentic
Thank you.
thing about you that people they just really adore you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
true.
you. You guys are so sweet.
It's a good way of putting it.
Cry.
I think that's what makes you such a fantastic coach. Is that, of course, so beautiful inside and out, but you're also so relatable and you connect so easily and quickly with people. It's such a gift.
Thank
you.
you.
I just love that you're sort of sharing that with the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's sort of a new little venture, but it is within the Live It company, which is, the company that I'm the president of now. And then we have our Live It show too, which we film some of it here. And we actually I'm putting up a new episode 4 today on all of the social media, and we're expanding it and growing it just like you guys are. But yeah, life is it's not easy. And people think, oh, she was Miss Canada, and then she was on A&E Network and did this and that. No, I mean, it's been tough.
So what have you learned about yourself in this process? How has working with people and living your it changed your perspective on your life?
I have learned so much. First of all, I've learned that, like I said, there are so many boundaries. There's a lot of fears that people work through, including myself. And I have had certain things happen in my life that have not been difficult, from massive health issues to definitely career problems to, family issues and everything else that I have never talked about publicly. I'm very private, but I do know that when you face your fears and you walk through that door, there's always gold on the other side. But it's not always easy to walk up to that door and do what you know that you need to do. Everybody knows that there's something in their life, I just wish I could do this. Well, you can do that, but you got to be able to do the work.
And
Do you know
don't
what
you
I'm
find,
saying?
absolutely, I love that. And don't you find that the story that we create in our head about that thing we fear is so much worse than the actual experience?
Oh, I mean, it's
right?
Yes.
It's like once it happens, you're like, that's it? I didn't die?
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah. It's been interesting. One of the first things that I ever did when I was younger, I was in my 20s, I was engaged to get married, and I called the wedding off like 5 days before the wedding. 500 people were invited to the wedding. I was Miss Niagara. I was in the newspapers, and I had this whole big life, and I called it off, and then 6 months later, I won Miss Canada.
Wow.
You can't win Miss Canada if you're married.
Oh, wow.
So it's just interesting that I had the guts to call off.
Is that why you called? I'm just kidding.
No, I would have got married, but it was a very toxic relationship. I know, right? I didn't know Miss Canada wasn't even the works at the time.
That is so
It's just a good example. I'm trying to give an
so
example.
many people would just go through anyway because they would just be
It's
too
scary.
afraid to.
It's scary.
Wow.
It's hard to say no to somebody. It's hard to disappoint somebody that you love. And to say, no, I'm not marrying you. And I had to return all the presents and all the gifts and tell everybody they can't come to the wedding.
Wow.
And then it was devastating. And my mother, signed me up to enter for Miss Canada pageant really without telling me. And I was like, okay, we're going to do this.
I accept the challenge.
I accept the challenge. And I couldn't believe that, I was chosen. But
Well, anybody that works with you is so fortunate, honestly.
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And both of you as well, too. And I'm sure you give your friends advice all the time.
Oh my gosh, Jeslyn is the best. Really the best for that.
I'm still figuring it out myself, but it's an honor to be able to learn from all three of you and
All of us.
career and life and spirituality. We're really excited.
We're learning so much. Jez has taught us so much about the entertainment and how to, deal with products and people and networking. We're all learning. We all learn from each other. We're all coaches and we're all students.
Very,
No
very
question
true.
about it.
So
Yeah.
true.
And the secret sauce with Jeslyn is she says that she doesn't know anything. And I believe that on some level she believes that. But then she punches the number, like, they gives you the answer, like, it's 3,579. Like, you're like, wow, really? Because I'm pretty sure you said you didn't know how to do math.
Sometimes the divine just downloads on me, and
Fair
I
enough.
surprise myself. Tell people where they can find you in the Live It Show.
All of my social media. So, look up Tanya Memme, Memme on Instagram, Facebook. Also Robert Ferguson, who is he's my business partner with the Live It Company. So you can Google the Live It Company and you'll see our new episodes. But yeah, we're launching our 4th episode today. We're growing, we're expanding, we have a few clients and we haven't even technically totally launched the Live It Company yet, but it's doing extremely well. And the show is just phenomenal people are loving it. So we're
Right.
excited.
Well, so excited. So we love you. And
thanks.
we are celebrating all of life today for sure. So thank you
Yes.
so much. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.